Hi class, today our topic of discussion is shares and dividend. Now first of all look at what do you mean by shares. Now take an example. Suppose I want to start a company and I need a total capital of rupees 15 lakh. Now what I see at that moment, I had rupees 5 lakh only. So there's a deficit of money. So what do? I approach investors. To invest in my company. Okay. And what do? I divide the entire capital into smaller parts, and each part is known as share. What do I mean? Suppose I divide total rupees 15 lakh into 15,000 parts. Okay, each valued at rupees 100. So each part is known as one share. So what is a share? An indivisible part of a capital, or you can say the entire capital is divided into equal smaller parts, and each part is known as share. Am I clear? Now look, the value of each part was rupees 100. This rupees 100 is known as the nominal value, or the par value, or we can say the face value. So what do you mean by nominal value or par value? I am using short form, okay? Or the face value? The original value of the share is known as the nominal value. Now look carefully. What happened? I enlist my company in the stock exchange. Now if my company is doing good, then I'll earn some profit. Okay, suppose at the end of a year, the company makes a profit of rupees 4 lakh, suppose. So what do? I being the director, what do? I keep rupees 1 lakh as further investment in the company, and the rest rupees 3 lakh is distributed among shareholder as dividend or annual income. So what do you mean by dividend? How can you define dividend? The total profit distributed, I can say the total profit distributed among the shareholders. That is my dividend. In this case, if you look, 3 lakh divided by 15,000, there were 15,000 part, is rupees 20. So on one share, the person gets, the shareholder gets rupees 20. So if he has 10 shares, he'll get rupees 200 as annual dividend. So you got to know something more, that the dividend can be expressed as a percentage of nominal value. Dividend can be expressed as a percentage of nominal value, which in this case is rupees 20, because for each share the person is investing rupees 100 and he gets an annual dividend of rupees 20 on each share, which means in this case it is what, 20%, which is the rate of dividend. Okay, now look, something more. Now what happened, my company is doing well. Now from the stock exchange, from the capital market, now others investors want to buy my shares. So what do? Now what I do, I sell the shares at a premium. See, at a premium. What do I mean by this? See, now the new investors will purchase the share from the stock market, and in the stock market the value of the share fluctuates according to the performance of the company. So if my company is doing well, I'll charge extra. I'll sell the shares at a premium. So there's a term comes, the market value. What do you mean by market value? MV I'm writing as market value. The value of the share at any point of time in the stock market. In the stock market, which is available for the new investors. It may increase, it may decrease, it can be same as the face value, okay, depending on the performance of the company, which means there will be three cases. What I told, I can sell the shares at a premium, which means the market value will be greater than the face value. Okay, suppose the nominal value was rupees 100. I keep a premium of rupees 50. Premium of rupees 50. So the market value becomes rupees 100 plus rupees 50. That's rupees 150. The market value is more than the face value. There may be at times that the company is not doing well and I need to sell the shares at a discount. So suppose the discount is D. So your market value will be your face value minus discount D, which means in this case the market value will be less than the face value. And there are times at when I need to sell the shares at the face value, which means at par. So what is at par? At par is when you sell the shares and the market value is equal to the face value. Then you say that you are selling the shares at par. So there will be three cases. Now look at one more thing. Okay, lot to explain in this chapter. Now look carefully. From the stock market, a person buys the shares at market value, but the company pays a dividend on nominal value. So for one share, suppose I sell in my company I sell the shares at premium. So for one share the person pays rupees 150 and he gets rupees 20 as a dividend, and the rate of dividend is 20% on nominal value. Okay, which means we have a term return percent or yield percent, which is the actual percent which an investor gets on the market value, which means the return percentage is nothing but the dividend dividend or the interest which he is getting, interest, okay, on his total investment into 100. Look at one more thing, very important, which means, can I say the dividend on one share is what? Rate of dividend percent of nominal value. Suppose the rate of dividend is R%, RD. So the dividend will be over here 20%, so 20% of rupees 100. So RD percent of nominal value. Okay, but the investor actual percentage is the return percent, which is on the market value, which will be equal to the percentage return on market value. Suppose the percentage return I take as PR. So RD percent of nominal value, can I say PR percent of market value? Very important. Okay, note this point. There are a few more things we need to discuss. Now look at this statement. If I write something like 9% of rupees 100 share at rupees 120. What do you mean by this statement? Simple. The rate of dividend is 9%. The nominal value is rupees 100 and the market value is rupees 120, which means the dividend on one share, the dividend on one share will be 9% of rupees 100. That is how much? Rupees 9. Now look carefully. The person invests rupees 120 and gets a profit of rupees 9 on investment of rupees 120 and income of rupees 9. Okay, which means the percentage return or the return percentage, which means the percentage return, if I write PR, percentage return is how much? Rupees 9 is the income on his investment, which is 120 into 100, which is how much? Which is, this is 3, this is 3, this is 2 times, sorry. So that's 7.5%. The percentage return or the return percentage or the yield percentage is 7.5%. Now look at this carefully. RD percent of nominal value, which is 9% of nominal value, if you calculate, that is rupees 9, will be equal to PR percent, that is 7.5% of market value, that's 7.5% of rupees 120, which when you calculate gives you 9. So this is a very important relation, that return percent of market value is equal to RD percent of nominal value. Now certain formulas we need to know before we start the exercise. First of all, the total investment of an investor. Total investment. Of course, he buys the shares from the market at the market value. So it will be number of shares bought multiplied by market value. The small n denotes number of shares. Now look carefully. Annual dividend. Annual dividend or income. Now income from one share, we already discussed, is RD percent of nominal value, which means if a person has n number of shares, so his annual dividend for n shares will be number of shares into RD percent of nominal value, which is n into RD into nominal value by 100. Simple. Is there any problem? No. Percentage, return percentage, I've already told. Return percentage is equal to dividend dividend by investment into 100. Is it clear? Remember these three formulas. Now we look at the exercise from this chapter. Now let us look at exercise 3. Before I start this exercise, I've written two more formulas over here. Just look. Premium equals to P% of nominal value. I told you, if the shares are sold at a premium, the market value is more than the nominal value. When my shares are doing well, okay, when my company is doing well, okay, where P% is the rate of premium. Similarly, if it is sold at a discount, the discount is D% of nominal value. Both premium and discount are calculated as a percentage of nominal value. Now look at question number 5. Salman buys 50 shares, so number of shares is 50. I'm writing the information of face value rupees 100. So your nominal value is rupees 100. Available at rupees 132. So your market value is rupees 132. What is his investment? Very easy. Number 1, we know investment equals to number of shares into market value. We have already discussed this. So that's 50 multiplied by 132. That's how much? Rupees 6600. Done. Number 2. If the rate of dividend is 7.5% per annum, which means one more thing is given. Rate of dividend is 7.5% per annum. What will be his annual income? So his annual income or dividend, whatever, annual dividend is equal to how much? Number of shares, which is 50, multiplied by rate of dividend, which is 7.5 in this case, multiplied by nominal value 500, which comes as rupees how much? 375. Done. Now look at the third part. If he wants to increase his annual income by rupees 150, how much extra shares should he buy? Simple. Take this as the dividend and see how many shares will give you this dividend. Those numbers of shares he need to buy. Now we know dividend equals to number of shares into nominal value into rate of dividend by 100. Okay, just substitute the value. So 150 equals to number of shares we don't know. Nominal value is 100. Rate of dividend is 7.5. 500. So your number of shares is 150 by 7.5. That's how much? 20. So 20 extra shares he need to buy so that his annual income increases by 150. Now, look at question number 8. This came in ICSE. Ashok invests rupees 26400. So his investment is rupees 26400. On 12% rupees 25 share. So rate of dividend is 12%. Okay. And the nominal value is rupees 25 share of a company. If he receives a dividend, they have given how much dividend he receives. The dividend he receives is rupees 2475. Find the number of shares and the market value. Very easy. The dividend is given. Use it. See, dividend is equal to number of shares into rate of dividend into nominal value by 100, isn't it? So dividend is given as 2475 equals to number of shares we don't know. Rate of dividend is given as 12%. Nominal value is given as 25 by 100. Am I clear? So that's 4 times, that's 3 times. So n equals to 2475 by 3, which 3 8s are 3. So that's 825 shares. Am I clear? Now look at the second part. Find the market value. We have this. So from there, can I write the market value of each share is total investment by number of shares? Am I clear? So your total investment was 26400 and your number of shares was 825. Okay, so how much? If you divide this, you get 32. Done. So the market value of each share is rupees 32. Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 9, which says Amit invest rupees 36,000 in buying rupees 100 share at rupees 20 premium. The dividend is 15% per annum. Find the number of shares, annual dividend, and the percentage return on investment. Very easy. First of all, write the information. The investment is rupees 36,000. The nominal value of the share is rupees 100. The premium at a premium of rupees 20, and the rate of dividend is 15% per annum. Now look, whenever premium and nominal value is given, first find the market value. Right over here, market value is nominal value plus premium. Market value is nominal value minus discount. So your market value is nominal value plus premium, that's rupees 120. Am I clear? Then the number of shares will be investment by market value, which is 36,000 by 120. This is 300 shares. Okay. Annual dividend. So his dividend is number of shares, which is 300 multiplied by the rate of dividend multiplied by nominal value by 100, which is rupees 4500. And number 3, the percentage return on investment. So return percent or percentage return will be income by investment into 100, which is your income is 4500. Your investment is 36,000 multiplied by 100. So that's how much? 450 by 36. That's 12.5%, isn't it? If I'm not wrong. Now look at sum number 10. Mr. Tiwari invest rupees 29040. So his investment becomes rupees 29040 in 15% rupees 100 share. So rate of dividend is 15%, okay, per annum. Your nominal value is rupees 100 at a premium of 20%. So premium percent is 20%. Calculate the number of shares, the income, and the percentage return on his investment. Similar to this, just first find premium. What will be premium? We have done, I've written this, P percent of nominal value, which is means 20% of nominal value, which is 20 by 100 multiplied by 100, that's rupees 20. So your market value will be rupees 100 plus rupees 20, that's rupees 120. Done. Now find the number of shares. The number of shares is investment by market value, which is 29040 by 120, isn't it? This, if you calculate, this is 242. Done. Then the income, the annual dividend or income is number of shares into rate of dividend into nominal value by 100, which is the number of shares is 242. The rate of dividend they have given us 15% into 100 by 100. Am I clear? So that is rupees 3630. Done. 242 into 15. Done. Now the third part, same, return percent. So your return percent will be your income by investment into 100. So when you calculate it, this will become 12.5%. Done. Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 12. A man invests rupees 8800. So his investment is rupees 8800 on buying shares of face value So his face value or the nominal value is rupees 100 each at a premium of 10%. So rate of premium is 10%. If he earns rupees 1200 at the end of the year as dividend, so his dividend is rupees 1200. Find the number of shares and the dividend percent per share. The rate of dividend they have asked. Very easy. First thing, calculate the premium. So your premium will be P% of face value or nominal value. That's 10% of 100. That's rupees 10. So what will be my market value? Nominal value plus premium. That's rupees 110. Very easy. Now the number of shares will become investment by market value of each share. So the investment is 8800. So that's 80. Done. Now the dividend is given. They have asked for the dividend percent. Use this. So the annual dividend, the dividend equals to number of shares into rate of dividend into nominal value by 100. Isn't it? So the dividend is what? 1200. The number of shares is 80. Rate of dividend we need to calculate. This is 100 by 100. So the rate of dividend is 1200 by 80 for 2 times. So that's 15% per annum. Done. Now look at sum number 14. Very interesting. A company pays a dividend of 15% on its 10 rupees share, which means the rate of dividend is 15%. Just write the information. On its 10 rupees share, which means the nominal value is rupees 10, from which it deducts a tax at a rate of 22%. So the rate of tax is 22%. Tax is calculated on the dividend, on the profit. Okay, be careful. Find the annual income of a man who owns 1000 shares. So the number of shares is 1000. First, we'll calculate the dividend. I told you tax is calculated on dividend only. So the dividend, okay, before deducting the tax, okay, is number of shares into rate of dividend into the nominal value by 100. That is how much? That is 1000 into rate of dividend is 15 into this is 10 by 100. So that's rupees 1500. Am I clear? Now on this there will be tax at the rate of 22%. So your tax is what? 22% of 1500. That's 22 by 100 into 1500. That's how much? That's rupees 330, which means find the annual income. So dividend after deducting tax will be what he had originally minus 330. That's 1170. Done. Is it clear? Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at question number 15. Very interesting. Okay. Ajay owns 560 shares, which means the number of share is 560 of a company. The face value of each share, the face value is rupees 25. The company declares a dividend of 9%, which means the rate of dividend is 9% per annum. Calculate the dividend they have asked and the rate of interest on his investment. If Ajay paid rupees 30 for each share, which means the market value is rupees 30, what he paid for each share. Now look at here. The rate of interest on his investment. What do you mean by that? It simply means return percentage or percentage return or yield, whatever. Am I clear? Step by step. We'll first calculate the dividend. The annual dividend is number of shares into rate of dividend into face value by 100. This is 4 times. This is 140. That's 1260. Done. That's my dividend. So next, let us see the rate of interest on his investment. First of all, find investment. What is the investment? Investment is number of shares into market value, which in this case is 560 into 30. Keep it like this. So your return percentage is income, which is dividend by investment into 100. Am I clear? Which is how much? Which is 7.5%. Done. Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 17. What does it says? A company with 4,000 shares, which means the number of share is 4,000, of nominal value rupees 110. So the nominal value is rupees 110. Declares annual dividend of 15%. So the rate of dividend is 15% per annum. They've asked for the dividend. Number one is very easy. The dividend we know, number of shares into nominal value into rate of dividend by 100. Am I clear? 15 4 is 60, so that's 66. 1, 2, 3. 66,000 if I'm not wrong. Am I clear? Now look at part 2. The annual income of Shahrukh, who holds 88 share in the company. So the number of shares Shahrukh's hold is 88. So his annual income or dividend is number of shares into the rate of dividend into nominal value by 100, 3 times, and this is 2 times. So 44 into 3 into 11, that's 33 into 44. That's how much? 1452. Am I clear? Now look at the last part, very important. If he receives 10% on his investment, so this is the return percentage. Find the price Shahrukh paid for each share, which means they are asking the market value. Look at this, I've already explained this one. Okay, so rate of dividend of nominal value, rate of dividend on nominal value will be equal to percentage return on market value. So rate of dividend is how much? So 15% of, you can say, nominal value is how much? 110. Okay, you can write it off over here. And PR percentage is 10%. So 10% of market value, which means 15 by 100 into 110 equals to 10 by 100 into market value, which means market value is rupees 165. Very interesting. Am I clear? Now look at sum number 20. A man buys 410 rupees share, which means the number of share is 400. Your nominal value is rupees 10 at a premium of rupees 2.50. So premium is rupees 2.50 on each share. If the rate of dividend is 8%, find his investment, the dividend and yield. Very easy. First find the market value. Market value will be nominal value plus premium. That's 10 plus 2.50, that's 12.50. Done. Then look, the investment equals to number of shares into market value, which is 400 into 12.5, isn't it? Which is 12.50, which is rupees 5,000 if I'm not wrong. Then dividend. Dividend is what? Number of shares into rate of dividend. That's how much? That's 8 into nominal value of the share by 100. So this is rupees 320. Done. Now calculate the yield. Yield is how much? The dividend income by investment into 100. So 320 by 5,000 into 100. That's 123, 123. That's how much? 6.4%. Done. Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at this sum, very interesting. Sum number 22. Two companies have shares of 7% at rupees 116. So this is suppose company A and this is company B. So here they have shares of 7% at rupees 116. And the second company has 9% at rupees 145 respectively. In which of the shares would the investment be more profitable? As an investor, which company to choose? It's very easy. The company which gives me higher return percentage, that company I'll choose. Now, see what is given to us. Rate of dividend is 7%. The market value is 116. Here the rate of dividend is 9%. And the market value is rupees 145. In these cases, the nominal value we can take as rupees 100 when it is not given, okay? Now, try to find the return percentage in both the cases. Utilize this. We know dividend on one share is D% of nominal value or PR% of market value. Same thing. Look over here. Over here I can write RD% of nominal value will be equal to the percentage return percent of market value. Can I write this? Which means, can I write 7 by 100 into nominal value is 100 is equal to PR by 100 into the market value is how much? 116, which means your PR is 7 into 100 by 116. Am I clear? So that's cancels by 4. 425 times, 429 times. So this becomes 175 by 29. Am I clear? Now we'll calculate PR over here also. Same way, RD% of nominal value is equal to PR% of market value. Just substitute the values. So we'll get 9% of 100 equals to PR% of market value, which is 145. Am I clear? So this becomes PR becomes, in this case PR dash, suppose we take PR dash or PR2 whatever, is 9 into 100 by 145. This cancels by 5 20 times and 5 29 times. See, is getting 180 by 29. Clearly, if you compare these two return percentage, okay, in the second case we are getting more yield, we are getting more return percentage, which means the second one is more beneficial since PR dash is greater than PR. Second is more beneficial. Done. Keep it till here for in this video. In the next video, we'll discuss the rest of the sums from this exercise. Till then, take care.